everyone, so today I'm really excited because BottomUp is coming up with a brand new series where we'll be covering the most asked machine coding round questions in the top product based companies. And before moving further to the playlist, we'd like to answer some of the questions so that we'll move forward with a goal and we exactly know how this playlist will benefit us. So as an engineer, we should always know why before starting anything. So similarly, the first question will be why we need this playlist, right? So as a software engineer, I have faced many rejections in my career, and one of the most common reason you can say is the machine coding round questions. Not because the questions are difficult, but while you are giving the interviews, you are a bit nervous, and even the easy questions become difficult at that time. So in this playlist, we will be covering around 12 to 14 questions which are mostly asked around the interviews. The next question is how will this playlist help you and what you can expect after watching all the videos. So this playlist will include around 12 to 14 questions and based on the different patterns, and I can guarantee you that there are 80% chances that you will face one of these questions in the interview, and even if you face a different question, you have practiced enough that you will be able to build the solution with confidence, right? Moving further to the next question, why there is a machine coding round in the interviews. So you can say these days most of the companies, you can say startup, medium level products based companies, they generally try to get the employees or the engineers which can start development from the very next day, right? So they'll ask the machine coding question to test your knowledge in the specific domain. The next is what questions we'll be covering in the playlist. We'll be covering these questions like infinitely nested comment, where we can add comment at any level, and we will be covering questions like you can say infinite file folder structure, where we'll be having a clone kind of thing, same as the VS code. We can see it here, right? So you can see we can add a file here, file 1, and we can add a folder here like this. We can add a nested folder as well. You can say it as folder 2, and you can say the folder is added, and we can also add a folder in the root level like this. And these questions are based on recursions. We'll be starting with the basic questions like to do app, image carousel, and stopwatch, and you can say we will be having a question which will be where we'll be making a custom hook to determine the scroll direction, and we have a calculator, we have a poll, we have custom popover, we have a search box optimization, and we have tic-tac-toe, and we will be also covering some of the tricky questions which we face in the interview like this one. You can see after all the boxes are selected, it will be unselected in that order only. And moving further, what we will also discuss about the pattern of solving these questions, right? So these questions are pretty much, you can say, complicated. So before starting the questions, we will basically find the solution, or you can say we will think about the pseudo code, how we will be rendering the components which will help in determining the data structure, or you can say which will help in keeping the state, how that state will be in our component, right? And this will also help us, like we mostly get in our day-to-day work, we usually do a API contract from the backend developer, and we generally try to get a JSON object which will help us in iterating over the components. So these are one of the principles as well which the interview will judge you on. That was all for this video. If you have any doubts, please add in the comments. We'll definitely resolve them, and see you in the next video.